Okay, friends, so here we go. Music symbol identification. One of the most important music symbols is obviously the treble clef. We need that for all of our music writing and notation. Just like an artist needs a canvas or blank piece of paper to draw on, you know that a musician needs a staff. The staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces. True, you need this. We also need a time signature. That tells us how many beats per measure. The top number tells us that we have 4 beats per measure, and the bottom number tells us that the quarter note equals 1 beat. Here is a staff. The staff is divided into measures using another symbol called a bar line. This is a bar line. This is a bar line. This is a bar line. And this is a bar line. Remember, the bar lines divide the staff into measures. How many measures are there in the example above? Answer: 4. Whoop, whoop. A double bar line is found at the end of an exercise or song. Bar line, bar line, bar line. And at the end is a double bar line. Woo, woo, woo. Double bar line, very important. Remember, the double bar line means you stop, end of piece. Do not move on. What should you do when you get to the double bar line? Answer: stop. Very important. Band directors, choral directors, any musical director will get very upset if you do not stop at the double bar line. True fact. Types of notes that we have to put on our staff today: the eighth note, the quarter note, the half note, and the whole note. Please look at these notes. They are very important. And it's also very important that you know what each note is and how many beats they get. True. Here you go. One single eighth note equals only half a beat. That's why it takes 2 eighth notes to equal 1 whole beat. So you see them tied together or grouped together or barred together at the top. The quarter note equals 1 beat, so that's easy. The half note equals 2 beats, so that's easy. And the whole note equals 4 beats. So really, if you just put 1 whole note in a measure, you've completed 1 whole measure. Super easy. Let's move on, shall we? Can you name these notes? I hope you can. Top note is eighth note. Very good. Hope you got it right. Next note, quarter note. Hope you got it right. Next note, half note. Hope you got it right. And the bottom note, come on people, I know you know this. Whole note, whoop, 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 whoop. Hopefully you got it right. Really, hopefully. Let's move on, shall we? Let's review. In 4/4 time signatures, we need 4 beats per measure. Any combination of notes can be used to make a measure in 4/4 time. Like I've said many, many times before. Choose any combination of eighth notes, quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes to complete 2 measures in 4/4 time. Now here, if you are at home, you can print off this slide and you can try on your own to create 4 measures using the note bank below. It's kind of fun. You can do your own 2-measure notes activity if you would like to. If you're at school, I will help you to create our 2-measure fun pattern. So remember, it does take 2 eighth notes to equal 1 beat. Are you ready to move on? Good job. Obviously, if you use a whole note, it takes up 1 measure. So that's pretty easy when you only have to do 2 measures. Just saying. If you wanted to take the easy way out, you know what to do. There's your bar line. There's your double bar line. All right, so let's do this, kids. Woo! Let's say we do a ta or 1 beat quarter note first. We need to use space 2 because the stem on the quarter note is going up. So we're going to use space 2, which is A in treble clef. All right, so we have 1 quarter note. What else should we use? Let's do another quarter note. Why not? Now we have 2 beats. We need 2 more beats. I say, just to make it easier for you guys, why don't we do a half note? Great idea, Miss Winckler. Thank you. Here's our half note. Boop. Lovely. I'm going to scoot this guy over to make it look good. And this guy. Boop. All right, so now we have a measure with quarter note, half note. And we know that if you look at the cursor that I'm pointing at, whoops, that 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 4. Whoop, 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 whoop. So that's 4 beats. Now let's finish it. I could use the whole note and that would make it super easy. Who wants to do an easy one? Not me. You can at home. But today we're going to make it a little more difficult. So I'm going to go for the TTs. So here we go. We're going to go T, T. Now, I know you're used to seeing them barred at the top. Does it matter if I have 2 single eighth notes or 2 barred at the top? Do they equal the same amount of beats? If you said yes, you're a rock star. So even though these are not barred at the top, they're still TT and they're still 1 beat because it's 2 single eighth notes, which equals 1 beat. So you still say TT or 1 and, whichever you want to do. And then we'll put another quarter note. We'll do the quarter note. Actually, oh yeah. Let's do a half note. Yeah. So that it all equals out. All right. So here we have our fantastic pattern. So if we are counting using syllables, it would sound like this. Ta, 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 or ta. Will you clap with me? 1, 2, clap with me. Ta, ta, ta. Beautiful. The next measure is ti, ti, ta, ta. Will you clap the next measure with me? 1, 2, syllables, go. Ti, ti, ta, ta. Beautiful. Let's do the whole 2 measures. 1, 2, clap with me. Ta, ta, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ta. Yeah! Let's do the counts. Do you need me to review them or we can just go for it? Okay, we're gonna just go for it. Woo, woo. All right, here we go. 1, 2, the counts. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Let's move on, shall we? Hopefully, this PowerPoint presentation gave you a bit of review and practice to start the process of writing notes on the staff and identifying important music symbols in the process. You guys are rock stars. So it is important to know the names of these music symbols that you see on the staff, what to do with them, what they mean, and how to write the notes. So go ahead and practice. Whether you're at home or at school, you can always practice. All you have to do is Google a staff, print it out, and go for it. And you can always take a picture of it and email it to me with that email address. You guys are great. See you next time.